Sanibonani, sanibonani, sesibuyile igama nguThandeka okabekwa isibongo, right? Namhlanje ke sizoqhubeka nomsebenzi wethu that we already started on Ondaweni. This is the last section of Ondaweni. This is the last part. As you can see, Wuti, it's part 2, all right? It's part 2, and this section, it covers the nouns belonging to class 11 of the noun classes. Let us read the illustrations or the words that we see. Okay, the pictures. Amagama akhona. That is unyawo, ukhamba, udonga, utshani. Right. Ngaphambi kokuthi ke siqhubeke nomsebenzi wethu, ngithanda ke ukunazisa ukuthi uma niyithanda imisebenzi yethu, izincwadi zethu uyakwazi ukuzithola kuwebsite yethu. You can visit our website, which is www.gabekwamumbo.co.za, or you can email us on publications@gabekwamumbo.co.za. And then to those abafuna ke who doesn't know about this channel, please share this handle. This is our YouTube handle, and please encourage people to subscribe and like our YouTube channel so that we can be motivated to just bring you more and more resources to help you or to enhance your isiZulu learning. Sike safunda ke lemithetho, right? So umthetho 1 we did umthetho 1, umthetho 2, umthetho 3 and umthetho 4 in our previous lessons. And this lesson, today's lesson, is focusing on umthetho 5. And umthetho 5, as I have already mentioned, it applies to the ul beginning words, which are the class 11 nouns. All right. So under this class, we have amabizo that can only be prefixed with an o, aphongozwa ngonkamisa nje o, kube khona amabizo aphongozwa ngonkamisa o aphinde ajomelelwe ngokuhambisana noma ngokonkamisa, right? And words that are prefixed with o and also suffix according to the vowels. All right, ngithemba ukuthi kusalandeleka. Ake sibheke-ke ukuthi-ke amagama anjani angena ngaphansi kwesigaba seshumi nanye, class 11 locatives, right? So isigaba 11 sinamabizo aneziqalo ezilandelayo, meaning this noun class 11 has noun prefixes, the following noun prefixes, as you can see. The first one being an u, the second one is ul, and the third one is ulu. Right, okay. So zonke ke leziya ziqalo kungaba amagama, they are prefixes of amabizo that may be common nouns, noma amabizo eswabiza ngokuthi amabizo simo or abstract nouns. So this class accommodates both common nouns as well as abstract nouns. Okay. So amabizonto, sometimes namabizona, both of them actually, they tend not to have what we call singular and plural. If I give you igama elitubisi and ask you to write it in ubuningi, you will just write it as ubisi. It does not change. Okay. Kulesi sigaba ke kuyenzeka sithole amabizo anomsindo ulu ongezwakali noma ocashile. So this class also, we sometimes have a lot of words or a number of words that have a sound or a syllable that is that you cannot hear or that is silent. All right, okay. So let us look at the examples of the words esinawo that presents with a silent lu, umsindo lu ocashile. Ubisi. Originally, it's supposed to be ulubisi. How do you know that? When you use igama ubisi and describe ubisi, you'll say ubisi lu mhlophe, lu bolile, lu mnandi. All right, okay. So, and then also for udonga, udonga originally is uludonga. All right, but you don't speak like that. People don't speak like that. So, but when you use udonga in a sentence, if there's going to be an action word or if you want to describe udonga, you will use the lu. That's how you see, this word is supposed to have a lu, and the lu is there, but it's silent. The next word is utando, love. Originally, it's supposed to be ulutando. When you use utando in a sentence, you say utando luhle, utando luyabekezela, utando lumnandi, luyajabulisa. So that lu is an indication that is supposed to be an ulu beginning word. The next word that we have on our examples is unyawo. Unyawo also should be ulunyawo, right? Okay, and there's also uzwane from the body parts. You can add uzwane, which is a toe. Uluzwane. So uzwane lubhlungu, uzwane luncane, uzwane lukhulu, luvuvukele, right? So other than unyawo, we also have uzwane that belongs to this class. All right. Kusazwakala ngithi. Ake siboneke ukuthi-ke, how do we convert these nouns into ondaweni? The nouns that have a silent lu and the ones that are objects, because this class also accommodates amabizo that are objects or common nouns as well as abstract nouns. Okay, kusazwakala. So kunomthetho-ke esiwethulayo-ke esithi umthetho number 5, that is rule number 5. So ukwakha-ke ondaweni, meaning to construct ondaweni or to make or to build locatives ngalamabizo using class 11 nouns. All you need to do is udinga. You need ukuphongoza. Konje, what is ukuphongoza? Yes, to prefix. Uphongoza ngo-o. You don't phongoza ngo-e, you don't phongoza ngo-ku. Uma igama livele lisitshela ngendawo, if a noun already tells us about a place, liyaphongozwa kuphela. You only prefix that noun with an o, but only if the noun is already about a place. Okay, and if the word is already about a place, kuphela, kuphela. But if it's about an object, then you don't pongoza, only you pongoza and you suffix according to the vowels. All right, the end vowel rule. Let's look at the words that we are given. All right. Ukahlamba. Ukahlamba is the Drakensberg. Already that is the place. Because it is the place already, when you change it into a locative, you say, Oh, Kahlamba. You keep the capital letter K because that is the name of the place. Right, let's look at another place. Another word, Ulundi. Ulundi is a place in Zululand. All right. I know that in one of our rules, Akona, we said if it's the name of the place and it starts with an U, and then we say Kwa. But for Ulundi, we do not say Kwalundi because we treat that as the noun is actually Undi. All right. Then there is that Ulu, which is, or the letter L, which is silent. All right. So then it's Olunji, no suffix. Ulwandle, Olwandle, it's already the place, the ocean, the sea. Upate, the dungeon, okay, or the deepest end where one cannot come out. And we say Opat, says Walondab. Right. If it's already the name of the place and it starts with U or with ul, you prefix it with U or and you do not suffix. Yazwagal. Beautiful. Uma siqhubeka-ke nomthetho 5, right? Uma ngabe-ke senze njani uma ngabe ibizo kuyigama lento noma kuyigama lomuzwa, right? Okay? So if it's not a place, if it's not a word about a place, then ukwakho ndaweni ngalamabizo angachazi indawo. If it's not about a place, siphongoza ngo-o. If it's an ul beginning word, you will still prefix with u-o, okay? Bese sijobelela, meaning the first vowel falls away and it gets substituted with an o. Bese siyajobelela, then you have to suffix, you have to add on ngokomthetho wonkamisa according to the vowel rule. All right. Remember, I is any, a, any, e, ini, o, weni, u, wini. Kusazwakala. Beautiful. Right. Let's have a look at umsebenzi-ke that we have in front of us. Udaka, that is supposed to be uludaka, right? Odakeni, udonga, odongeni, because these are objects, all right? Then you have uzwane, the toe. Ozwaneni, ngithuke kwaphela nasozwaneni. Ulaka, olakeni, because these are not places, all right? These are not words about places. They are just common nouns. And also abstract nouns. We prefix and we suffix. The only time we don't suffix is if the word is already about a place. Siyayiza londa nakyakhe. Siqhubeke-ke bese sibheke-ke amabizo that belongs to class 14 of the noun classes. Remember, go to class 14 now has amagama, certain words that have a silent syllable, right? But these ones are the ubu beginning words, right? Ubu beginning words, nakhona we usually suffix and prefix. We prefix and we suffix kulamagama lawa, all right? Because amagama khona, these two that we have as examples, they are not already names of places. So it means we'll have to prefix and we suffix. But these ones also now are no silent boom. Utshani originally should be ubutshani. If no silent sound or syllable, like in this case, like in the case of the lu, then you have to prefix and suffix. But you prefix with an o and you suffix according to the end vowels. Ujani, oh janini. U becomes an o. The e of ujani becomes ini. Ujwala originally should be ubujwala. When you change it into a locative, the u becomes an o and the a becomes any. Ojwaleni, in the alcohol, in the booze. Seyibona le ndaba ukuthi isebenza kanjani? Yaze yamnandi into. Lalela-ke ngixoxele. Kondaweni kuyenzeka sibe namagama that requires the sound change, just like how we do in diminutives. Ake sibone-ke ukuthi-ke kwenzeka kanjani. Ukuguquka kwemisindo-ke kondaweni, the sound change and locatives, right? Ngezinye iy'khathi-ke kuyenzeka ondaweni basebenzisa imithetho efanayo nemithetho yokunciphisa diminutives, meaning sometimes ondaweni they may use the same rule as the diminutives. Right. Remember, kuma diminutives, we have two different types of sound change. We have the bilabial sound, which is ondebe mbili, as well as the alveolar sound, sitting on singing. But in locatives, we do not have the alveolar, but we have the bilabial sounds. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bilabial sounds. But Gondaweni, this one, it does not it's not used, you know. Right. So, but we mostly focus on these 6. M, which changes into a nya nya nya, a mbambamba to a janjanja, a bababa to a cha cha cha, a papa to a cha cha cha, a papa to a sha sha sha, cha cha cha, and a papa to a sha sha sha. All right. Okay. If you look at all of these, they are bilabial sounds. Now, iti nige ruliama bilabial sounds. Iti, once you have changed the end syllable into a bilabial sound, I repeat, once you have changed the end syllable, which is any of those, into a bilabial sound, all right, the a becomes any end vowel, e becomes any, e becomes ini, and then o that usually takes a weni will lose a w. So the sounds that changes into anything that has a w will fall away, and then you write the remaining part of the word. Okay, siyayizwa lonto after the sound change. So you can't, after the sound change, if the end vowel is an o, you can't use weni, but you will use any. If the sound change, after the sound change, the end vowel is an U, you can't use Winnie, but you use ini because a W falls away. Says alone. Let's have a look at umsebenzi. Balo ndaweni bamabizo alandelayo, bhala igama kuphela. Umlomo. The N sound is a which changes into a nya. Then we have an O, which usually should change into a weni. But because this is a bilabial sound, we can't use a weni. The W has to fall away. So what will be the new word there? Yes, vala umlonyana. All right. No, mlonyana, that's a diminutive. What am I doing? Vala emlonyeni. Right. Can you see? Because this is undaweni and no, it's a diminutive. For ndaweni, the u becomes an e, the m becomes a nya, and the o will not be a weni, but will be eni, emlonyeni. Right. Got that? Igunda nelingene imbobo. Imbobo, the E becomes a, mbo, the ba becomes a cha. Instead of using weni here, you will use any. Embojeni, the W falls away. Umdapo. Do you think you can do umdapo? Okay. What's the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer is emda. The pa changes into a cha. Instead of having weni here, it will be emda cheni because the W of the weni falls away. Indambo. Enda. Mbambamba changes into a njanja. Enda njeni. Isigubhu. Yes, esigu, the ba changes into a ja, and then a u, which usually changes into a winnie. The W falls away, and then we say esigu jini. That's correct. Amaphaphu. Well done. Emapha, the pa. Can you see here? You've got two bilabial sounds, all right? So we always focus on the last one, just like how we do with diminutives. Emapha, shh. A W, Winnie, for Winnie, the W falls away, then it becomes emapashine. I'm not going to write those down. I want you to check them for yourself. Right, I've got imsebenzi la previous exam papers. Okay, let's see some from IEB question papers. But yeah, just for you to see, Uguti, we understand the land. But the most important thing is to read my instruction. Let's read the instruction together. Bhala ondaweni esikhundleni samabizo agqamile. Bhala impendulo kuphela. Bala is to? Yes, right. What are ondaweni? Yes, those are locators. But ondaweni that we need to write, esikhundleni samabizo agqamile. Esikhundleni means in place of, which means you'll be substituting in place of the nouns that are in bold. And they are saying, bala impendulo kuphela. Write only the answer. Kukhona istraw, utshwala. Konje, what is utshwala originally? Ubutshwala. That means there's a silent boo, boo, boo. Okay. Please work it out on your own. I will show you the answers just now. The next one. Intombazane ilalele ingoma. Umsakazo. Umsakazo, it's an beginning word and it is an object. Konje, what do we do? Yes, we prefix and we suffix. Well done. Moving on to 8.3.3. Bheka nje amehlo ungathakalanga izolo. We have amehlo. Right, it's an R beginning word and this is an object. What do? We prefix and we suffix if we have an R beginning word and it is an object. Okay. 8.3.4. Uma uya abangani bakhe nabo uzobathola befana naye. Right. So uma uya, it's an R beginning word, it's a person. Remember, we have two options if it's a person. We may prefix only or we may prefix and suffix. All right, are you ready for us to check the answers? Voila, here are the answers. This is originally Ubujwala, remember, but this is how it is written. This is how it's given to you in a test. And as a locative, you'll have Ojwaleni. Umsakazo, it's an beginning word. Therefore, it will take an e as a prefix, and then you have to suffix. The o becomes weni. Amehlo, it's an R beginning word, but this is an object. For objects, for R beginning words, we prefix and we suffix. We prefix with an A and the O becomes weni. Well done. Abangani. You can prefix with a KU because this is a word about people. Or alternatively, if you don't want to just only prefix, you can prefix and suffix. But you can't prefix with a ku, but you prefix with an A and you suffix according to the and the vowel which is E that changes into ini. Siyayithola le ndaba. Right, ake sibheke kumsebenzi olandelayo. Start by reading umyalelo. Asifunde umyalelo. Bhala ondaweni bamagama akubakaki. Bhala igama kuphela. Don't make a mistake of just copying and pasting, writing the whole sentences. When they say bhala igama kuphela, just write only the word. Bhala ondaweni. By now we know which ondaweni are the locatives. Bamagama kubakaki of the words that are in brackets. The word in brackets is iteko. That's the name of the place. Remember, this is the odd one out of all the names of places. This one requires the prefixing and the suffixing. See if you can work it out. The next one, 5.5.2, we have Ukahlamba. Ukahlamba is the name of the place, but it belongs to class 11 of the noun classes. Already the name of the place. What should we prefix this with? Do we prefix and suffix? What do we do? The next one is Indawo, a common noun. It's an in beginning word, and usually with in beginning words and in beginning word, we prefix and we suffix. If you remember that, then you will never go wrong with my locative. Prefix and suffix all the in and in beginning words. And then we have a street name. Okay, how do we work that one out? All right, are you ready to see my answers? Okay, let's see. Ta-da, right? Okay, Itegu becomes eThekwini in Durban, or to Durban or from Durban. Ukahlamba, remember we said Ukahlamba is which place? Yes, it's the Drakensberg. It will be Ukahlamba because it's already the name of the place. We just prefix with an O. Indawo, it's an in beginning word and it's a common noun. We usually prefix all the in and the in beginning word when we change them into locatives. Endaweni, Usmith Street. Usmith Street. You prefix with a K and then you just copy and paste the word as is. Are your answers the same as mine? If so, well done. And then this is last year's paper, Matric 2025. Okay. And then the instruction was as follows. Bhala ondaweni esikhundleni samabizo agqamile. Can you see that the instructions are usually the same? So we have seen an instruction that is similar to this. So if you keep practicing the instructions and then it doesn't matter how overwhelmed you are in the exam, you should recognize the words that you are familiar, the words that are familiar. All right, so practice those instructions and read my instructions. 10.3.1, the word in bold is isihlabathi. It's an easy beginning word. What is the rule with easy beginning words? Oh yes, we prefix and suffix the easy beginning word usually, all right? And then except if it's already the name of the place and on the list that we spoke about. Ikanda, the body parts. Remember, there's 4 body parts that you cannot suffix, that you only prefix. Is ikanda one of them? I don't know. You should tell me. The next one, ugogo ufaka amanzi olwandle isigubhu. Oh, that one has an end, a syllable, which is a bilabial sound. It's an easy beginning word. Therefore, we prefix and we suffix. Let's look at the answers. Are you ready to check my answers? Let's see if my answers are the same as yours. Voila! Right. Let's see izimpendulo zethu. Isihlabathi. It's an easy beginning word, your prefix and your suffix. Ikhanda. It's one of the four body parts, which is head, shoulder, back, and waist, but not ukhalo, the synonym. So therefore, we just prefix if it's any of those four. Then isigupu, it ends with the ba 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 sound, which is a bilabial sound. Therefore, we say esigujini. And how was that? Awesome. Right, let's move on to Msebenzi 6 and another previous question paper. This was an exam May, June for Matric 2025. Can you see the instruction is exactly the same, but read it nonetheless. Okay, it helps you read, get familiar to those words. Then the first word is ikilasi. It's an IK word. Izinkundla. Usually the class 5 noun classes, except for those ones that are like ikaya. But ikilasi, it's a word that is derived from other languages, usually for words that came from other languages. We tend to prefix and suffix. Okay. And then izinkundla, all the easy beginning words are prefixed and suffixed. And then utisha, it's class 1A of the noun classes. You can also do a lot of lemsebenzi lena, just revise. If you are in matric, you can just use Seguya Sanagiti Ibanga 12 to practice. There are more practice exercises there. And also in other grades as well, if you're in grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, using Seguya Sanagiti, just look for the section of Ondaweni and the practice, and also use this resource to help you. Let's look at izimpendulo zakho. So ikilasi, ekilasini. Izinkundla, ezinkundleni. Uthisha class 1, uthisha. Siyibona loo nto. Ungakhohlwa-ke ukusubscribe, ukutshela abangani bakho and tell your friends ukuthi kukhona i-channel yethu. Le channel le iyashanela ngempela. Right, okay, so this is our YouTube channel handle. Please share. And as you share, please ubacela ukuthi abasiphe uthando. They must like us, like our page, right? Abathanda ipage lethu bese benzani? Basubscribe. Please subscribe and like our page ukuze sinikeze more and more resources. Sisazoyenza-ke imisebenzi eminingi, and I'm planning to just also do izihlanganiso at some point. And also, what else can I do? Or maybe you tell me what you want me to do, and so that I don't just impose imsebenzi ongayidingi. Right, okay. I will still also analyze the rest of the poems. I will also be analyzing some of the poems that are in the junior phase also, and also in other lower grades, grade 7, 8, 9, 10. I will have my analysis eventually. Google platform. All right, don't forget to subscribe and like. Siyabonga kakhulu, sethemba ukuthi-ke nuthokozele umsebenzi wethu okabekwa uyavalelisa nisale kahle niphaseke esikoleni.